All right, it says we are live streaming now, but it hasn't popped up on my page yet. So let's give it a second. There we are. All right. Ooh, let's make sure we're on our team page before, not on our personal page. If you guys are here on Facebook, say hi so we could say hi to you. There we are. All right. Well, let's get started. Make sure you guys say hi. We have a lot to talk about tonight, so I'm sure we're gonna go over the hour mark. It probably, the last 2 weeks have been about an hour and 20 minutes, so we're probably going to be about at that time. So just kind of give you a heads up. If you have to leave, I totally understand. But tonight we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is social media and building your business online, because that is how I have built the majority of my Avon business, is by leveraging social media and growing online. So I'm always investing in trainings and classes about social media, and I'm excited to share some of those resources with you at the end, really. And just wanted to share that I hope that this does not overwhelm you. I could really dive into this stuff pretty deep because I love it so much. So just listen, try to take a nugget or two, and you could always rewatch this down the road, or you could come back in April when I'm hosting this mentorship again. Come back for week 3 in April, and hopefully, it'll be a little more refined and pared down. Another thing that I wanted to share is don't expect to do all of the different social media platforms at one time, especially when you're just starting out. So start with 1 or 2 and focus on that. And once you kind of master that or get into a rhythm with that, then you could add another one into your marketing. Hi, Brandy. So, oh, Rose is on here too. Hi, Rose. Happy to have you guys on here. So when I made the decision to really start working Avon as a business online, I decided that I was going to use social media to make money and build a business. So yeah, social media is about staying connected with friends and family, but I really use it as a tool. I really use it as a tool to think about how can I use social media to build conversations. And remember, our Avon business is all about conversations and the people that we talk to. Whoever starts the most conversations on social media wins. And conversations creates relationships. And relationships create business. So I'm going to say that again because I think that this is so important. Whoever starts the most conversations on social media wins. Conversations create relationships, and relationships create business. So our intention on social media has to be for connections and conversations. Then we will get commissions. Another decision I made to leverage social media was to create more content than I consume. So I know it's easy to get on social media and get lost in the scroll, but I have committed to, I consume content, but I create more than I consume. So the only way for people to buy from you online is when they know you, when they like you, and when they trust you. So that really is turning strangers into friends and friends into family. So what kind of content that you create will get people to know who you are? So knowing who you are is really creating like the visibility. So the visibility of people trying to find who you are and what you have to share. So creating visibility is doing things like creating live videos, reels, prospecting online, being part of Facebook groups, doing YouTube videos. So that is getting to know you. Now, getting to like you is doing things like live videos, things where people can learn your dog's name or how you met your spouse. Getting people to like you is also sharing on stories and doing personal posts. And the way for people to get to trust you on social media is just you being your authentic version of yourself, having conversations, plus time and consistency equals trust. So tonight we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to be talking about branding yourself on social media, sharing or having a business page on Facebook versus a personal page, talking about what you post on social media. We're going to talk about attraction marketing, which is how to have people messaging you. Talking about expanding our network, what we are in network marketing. So expanding our network. I will share 6 ways to start conversations and talk about the magic of videos like YouTube videos and live videos. I'll share my secrets for stories and reels and TikToks. I will also be sharing about Pinterest and blogging. And then the last thing that I'll be sharing is who I have learned a lot from about social media, and I'll be sharing some of those things with you. And I have a homework challenge for you as well. So if you guys are ready, we can get started. There's a lot to cover. So, okay. So the first thing is I wanted to tell you about the power of online branding. So I live in a pretty rural area, kind of out in the country, and my uncle, he lives on our property with us. He has a nice little trailer that he lives in, and I'm so grateful that we could give him, a place to live. It's his trailer, but we have the property. So I'm so grateful that he could be on the property with us. Well, back in September, my uncle was in a motorcycle accident, and I had no clue that he even left the house. But when he got to the hospital after being life flighted to the hospital, he was still his phone on him because it fell out of his pocket. Well, they actually cut his clothes off of him after his accident. And so the chaplain, had no way to get a hold of me. Oh, internet connection is unstable. I hope we're okay. We are having like major snow. I was just telling Misty, who lives about an hour away from me, within the last, now it's been about half an hour. We have a ton of snow, which is crazy. So hopefully it's not going to interrupt this too much. But so anyway, so my uncle had told the chaplain, contact my niece, Jessica Zumbush, and tell her that I'm here. And the chaplain, since my uncle didn't have my phone number, the chaplain literally Googled my name, put my name in Google, and he found my YouTube videos. He found me on Instagram, and he ended up finding my phone number online. And that is how he then called me, and that is how he told me that my uncle was in a motorcycle accident. So isn't that incredible? Like the power of online branding. It's not just about selling Avon, right? Like this worked for a family emergency. So I just think that's pretty interesting. It makes me grateful for all of the things that I've done, because I don't know how we would have ever known about my uncle if the chaplain hadn't Googled my name. So, all right. So some of the things that I recommend doing as first steps to building your brand online is, number 1, update your bio on Facebook and Instagram. So add your digital brochure link to your bio. So remember, I had mentioned to you that there is a 10-time higher conversion rate when you share your digital brochure versus having people just go straight to your online store. Because when they go to the online store, they could just get kind of lost and not really know what's happening. But when you send them to your digital brochure, they're more than likely going to buy from you. So make sure you share that link on your bio on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, Amanda says it lagged, but it's back now. Okay, that's good. That's good. Another thing that I recommend doing as a first step is change your profile picture to a photo of your face. So, a photo of you, because you want to get people to know you, right? Now, it's fine if you have, your spouse or your kid in it, but you really want to make sure that people can see your face. And like, as much as I love my dogs, having a profile photo of them is not going to let people get to know me. So yes, we are in the, sales business. We are a sales job, but instead of thinking of yourself as a salesperson online, I want you to think of yourself as a marketer. So you are marketing you. You're turning those strangers into friends and friends into family. So you want to create content that pulls people in, not just pushing your message out. We don't want to be a commercial just for Avon all the time. So a couple of things that I want you to think about is, why do people want to shop with you? Just because you posted something on Facebook? Well, they could go to Amazon and shop. So what makes you different? What makes your business and you stand out? Why should somebody shop with you or join your team versus other leaders? So what sets you apart from other Avon reps? How can followers or friends know that you are in business? Is it obvious that you're in business, but you're not going to be pushy or salesy to them? So what makes you different from every other rep? Now, remember, this is a business that is a 90-day business. So what that means is the work that you do today pays off in 30, 60, 90 days down the road. So you're planting the seed now and you water it, and you're going to have a glorious bloom in 30, 60, 90 days. So remember, there is usually a little bit of a lag time in the work and the effort that you were doing. Oh man, the snow. I took a picture right before it started snowing because I was like, I have a feeling it's going to snow. And then I'm going to take a picture right after it's done. I don't know if it gets done tonight. I'll share it with you guys because it's pretty incredible how quickly it has been coming down. Okay. So now let's talk about a business page versus a personal page on Facebook. So your business page is for your business, where we share mostly Avon posts. You could schedule your posts to automatically upload or post for even weeks in advance. And on my business page, I post just mostly business related stuff. Now, there are a couple of groups that you can join to find some graphics that you can use. So I actually have them right here. I'm going to move this on my slides here just a little bit quicker, or up here. So a couple groups that you may get some posts from is on Facebook. There's two of them. One of them is called Avon Graphics and So Much More. And then the other one is Avon Graphics and Ads for Representatives. Now, the one that's Avon Graphics and Ads for Representatives, that also shares some of Avon Canada stuff. So just be aware, they usually post like a flag emoji of USA or Canada so that you'll know whether it's Canadian or for the US. So just kind of keep that in mind if you are looking for graphics there. Now, having a business page is great, but in my experience, most of my sales have come from my personal page. So that doesn't mean to like stop doing what you're doing on your business page. It's just another part of your funnel that you have for marketing your business. So on my personal page, don't be that person that is pushing your business and only posting salesy, commercial stuff. I don't recommend just selling strictly on your personal profile. Are we back? Gosh, dang. It must be the snow that's causing my internet to go slow, but hopefully it's really not too bad. So most of the time, people don't get onto Facebook to be sold to. I don't get onto Facebook and think, oh, I want to buy something for my friend that sells such and such. That's not how like social selling work. So on your personal page, what do you post? What do you say? Well, I recommend posting often and posting consistently. You could do it up to 1 to 3 times a day, but find what works for you. For me, my consistency is posting 3, maybe 5 times a week. So you just have to find what works for you. On your personal page, Avon has always recommended doing the 80-20 rule. So 80% of what you post on your personal page should be about you, your life, your Avon journey, your story, be vulnerable, share about you. And then the other 20% can be like the salesy kind of post, talking about a product. So if you think about that, that's 8 posts about you. So for people to get to know you and like you. I also love doing engagement posts, like where people, will comment. So I'll ask a question and get their opinion on things. You could post about things that are engaging, inspiring, educating, and entertaining. And then the other 20%, so let's say you do 10 posts, those 2 posts can be about a new product or how people could shop your store. Or you could talk about a new product launch. Just be super excited about what's happening in your business. So another thing that I want you to think about when sharing on your personal is think about you being at a cocktail hour. So, you're going to go meet people at a cocktail hour. You don't go into the cocktail hour and be a commercial. You don't say, work from home, call me, or get 20% off. Here's my samples. No, you want to create a community and you want to create conversations so that people will say, oh, I love tennis too, or oh, I love French bulldogs too. So think about that when you're creating content. Another thing that I wanted to share about your business page is when you are inviting someone to join your Avon Facebook business page, don't just add them to it. Send them a message and say, hey, I just thought of you. I would love for you to join my Avon Facebook business page, and then send them the request. And then when they do join, send them another message and say, thanks so much for joining. The majority of sales happen in Messenger. They don't happen on posts. They happen when you are having conversations. Now, that doesn't mean you're always and only talking about Avon. So we're going to talk about what other ways you can have conversations and talk about other things so that when they do see your posts about Avon, they're going to be more open to Avon and more willing to talk to you about it. Remember, this is all about building relationships. So, okay, what do you post? So on Facebook, Avon has always recommended doing 1 to 3 posts a day. Woo, that's really hard for me. So if it works for you, great. On Instagram, they talk about posting 4 to 6 times a week. Pinterest, 1 to 2 times a day. And YouTube, doing 1 video a week. Now, they actually also talk about Twitter, and they say post 6 to 10 times a week on Twitter. To be honest, I don't use Twitter, so that's not something for me. But if you do, that might be something to add into your social media marketing. So 80% of your posts in the commercials, think about what is your show. Uh-oh, I'm frozen again. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could help it, but I can't. So just have to keep moving on. So think about, what is your show on social media? Who are you? What makes you you? What bothers you? What makes you happy? What are your hobbies and your strengths? So remember, it's all about you. Your relationships, your values, your religion, your fashion, your recreational activities, your obsessions. When you're posting on social media, speak like you are chatting with your BFF, your best friend forever, and talk directly to one person. You want the people who are reading, oh my gosh, me too. I love tennis too. I love French bulldogs too. So I like to have 5 things that are about me to share. So so I'm going to have you think about 5 things about you. I'm going to share my 5 things about me. So number 1, my life with my husband and our country living, which includes bad internet. So, I'm a wife. So that's number 1. Those are the things that I share. Number 2, I always share about my dogs, my French bulldogs. Now, I don't have kids, so French bulldogs are my life. They're like my kids. So that's the second thing that I share. Number 3, I share about my hobbies. So I like quilting. I like reading. I just started crocheting. So those are other things that I share on social media. Number 4, I share about health and fitness. So I'm really into physical fitness. I'm into mental health, emotional growth, my morning routine, my faith. And then number 5 is travel and adventure. We get to go on a lot of adventures with Avon and travel. So I share about that and all of the fun that we have. So think about your 5 things. I call these the 5 pillars of you. So think about your 5 pillars and what makes you, you. Are you guys getting this? All of your 5 pillars. So I shared mine. Anybody want to share one of the pillars that they would be willing to share on social media? No? Okay, guys. Well, part of your homework is coming up with your 5 pillars. So think about it. I'm going to post it on our team page, and hopefully you guys will share when I share mine on social media or on our team page too. So another thing that you could share, your 80% is your life. So your to-do list, your chores, if you have a bad day, how you overcame it. You could share quotes and why they're meaningful to you. You could share self-care tips or a funny incident with your kids, a family dilemma, your day. So like your life stuff. What happened today that was hilarious or funny or embarrassing? You can share your favorite successes in the past week, or you could do engagement things. So engagement things like asking questions to get people talking. You could ask, what's the worst thing you've ever eaten? Or how old is your oldest living animal? You could say, just curious, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? You could even do really simple things like just saying happy Monday or happy Friday and taking a photo of your face. You could ask a question of, do you wake up Monday morning excited about the week ahead? Now, your 5 pillars that we talked about, they are going to evolve and change over time. It's totally okay, but you need to start somewhere. So really think about your 5 pillars. When you are posting, I really want you to make everything a big deal. So be excited about everything that happens. You have to hype it all up. Now, you don't have to have an exciting life. You just need to be excited about your life. And just because you think, oh, I have nothing to share, I'm boring. Well, just because you think that doesn't mean that it's true. You are not boring. You have an interesting life. So be excited about it and share about it. So if you are brand new and you have no clue what to post, I have a couple ideas for you. So the first one is asking your friends and followers, what 3 things do you think of when you think of me? If you ask that question, the answers that they give are a great resource to figure out one of your 5 pillars. So that might be something just to try out and see what people say. You could also just ask a simple question. Who is someone that you are grateful for and why? If you're brand new, just share a selfie. You can even take a picture of you in the brochure and tell the world how excited you are for starting a new business. Now, remember, I know it's not always easy to take a photo of yourself, but if you are wanting to build an online business, showing up on camera is essential to your business. You could also have someone take a photo of you like celebrating. So you jumping up in the air or throwing confetti. And you could say, post something like, guess why I'm celebrating, and have people comment for a while. And then you could do a second post announcing your new Avon business, right? That's kind of fun. Make it fun. Okay. Going back to the 20% about Avon, share products, the business opportunity, the incentives that Avon has, especially if you are achieving them, the fun. You can educate your customers or your followers about the products. So how does our products help solve their problems? It's really important to know, how can our products help solve their problems? The secret formula for sales is they don't care like what our product does. She really wants to know what's in it for her, how it's going to make her life better. So how is these products going to solve her problems? How is it going to make her feel? When you think about what motivated you to buy stuff, it isn't what the end result will be when you use the product. So like, if you think about when a man wants to buy a 1/4-inch drill bit, he doesn't want the 1/4-inch drill bit. He actually wants a 1/4-inch hole. So he's buying the product only to achieve the result, right? All right, bye, Brandy. Thanks for joining. So, the other 20% is, documenting your journey with Avon. So doing before and after photos. What skincare product are you using? What new products are you excited to try out and why? You can share your day in the business. You could share fears that you had about joining. You can share about your personal development. Like, what did you learn today? What quote spoke to you today? Did you have an aha moment today? You can share about, this training that you were just on, a mentorship training, and, share one of your biggest takeaways. What is it that you are doing for you, or what Avon is going to do for you? Now, remember, this is going to evolve over time because our whys change over time. So have a goal of kind of answering questions or solving problems for your customers, or educating and teaching about our products and our opportunity. So there's many ways to create content, whether that is sharing an article. You can create a video or create your own photos. And, the more engaging you create your content, the more conversations you're going to be able to have. So always think about how you can help someone. You're offering a service and an opportunity to someone that maybe needs, money or friendship or the fun. And you want to see if, our products or our business opportunity is a fit for her. My friend, Lynn Huber, she posts a social media posting calendar every month. And I have a link to her March calendar. So I was going to share that with you. You don't have to follow it exactly, but you can have fun with it. I'm going to share my screen so that you could kind of just get an idea of it real quick. Well, let me make it a little bit smaller. I will also share this in the replay email that I'll send out. So here's her calendar. You can take some of it for your personal page, but I think it's really mostly geared towards your business page. So there's that for you. I'm going to go ahead and paste this in the team page. So this is the social media March calendar, so that you guys have that. There's some really good things on here. Like next Friday or March 10th, Popcorn Lovers Day. I'm totally going to do a post about that. That's super right up my alley. So, okay. So let's move on from what do we post. Now I'm going to share about attraction marketing. So this is how to get people to message you. Now you are only going to be found online if you make yourself visible. So visibility is by creating content like posts and videos and stories and reels and building relationships. So most of the time on social media, our problem is that we talk at people instead of engaging with them. So how to get more people to see more of you and come to you is to be social, because you're going to end up in their feed more. So don't just lurk around on social media, get involved in conversations and be genuinely interested in what people do and help others. So if you have, a fact or an opinion or a contact name or an idea or something else that would be valuable, share that. You not only should comment on other people's posts to give them encouragement, but really also make an effort to participate too. So, being present online means to be more interested in other people than you are in advancing your own message. So think about getting to know who they are, what makes them tick, what makes them happy, and what excites them. The internet and social media can be very transient. It can be very like an anonymous place. People can drop in and out, never staying for long, never really connecting with you. But you, on the other hand, have the ability to forge long-lasting relationships simply by approaching your online time with deeper relationships as your goal. So that's when I'm connecting with my current friends and followers. I'm really focusing on building relationships a little bit deeper. So when you are scrolling on social media, be intentional. You can like a post, and that's okay. When you comment, that's good. But the best thing to do is to like a post, comment on it, and then send your friend a message and congratulate them or send them something positive. Don't mention Avon. Who doesn't like it when people post comments on their, their posts or their pictures and ask about their lives? When you simply make an effort to really connect with people, you will be amazed at what comes out of it. So building relationships one conversation at a time. A relationship is largely shaped by having actual conversations. And after a series of conversations and interactions, you're naturally going to develop some kind of rapport. So it's just like layering bricks. A solid relationship can only be constructed one piece or one interaction at a time. Remember, I had said, whoever starts the most conversations wins. Conversations create relationships. Relationships create business. So I'm going to talk a little bit about expanding our network. And this is for more people to get to know you. Because if you're trying to sell to the same people and market to the same people over and over and not getting the results that you want, you need to expand your network. I know for me, I was really shy, and I'm quite the introvert. And so sharing and marketing to my current connections I was not going to do that. Like I wanted to have new customers and have new conversations. I didn't want to share to people that I already knew. So expanding my network was something super important to me. So we talked about our 5 pillars. So I want you to really think about those 5 pillars and then join Facebook groups around those pillars. So, people are really starving for friendships and relationships, and we can be that person for them. So your list, your network is really where your earnings are going to come from. It's not necessarily a confirmed, like, oh, they're going to buy from me list. It's more of like a possibilities list. So the first step is to expand your network, initiate connections, start conversations. I spend about 20 minutes a day doing this. This gives more eyes on my posts, more friends, more people that I'm able to connect with. So think about finding your next BFF. So for example, I recently started a new hobby of quilting. So I have joined several quilting and sewing Facebook groups, and I always comment on people's photos and posts. I ask a lot of questions. I even post my own questions and photos. And these are people who are just like me, that like to quilt. So I'm being social, and none of it has to do with Avon. So think about your pillars. Who do you have common interests with? Who are you? What are you interested in besides Avon? Are there brands that you like or TV shows that you like? So I'm going to share 5 places that I go to expand my network online. So the first is those Facebook groups. I had mentioned, quilting groups. I've joined quilting groups. I also always look at my suggested friends and followers, and I expand my network by adding them as friends. I go to local community groups on Facebook and get to know people on there. On Instagram, I go to local hashtags and find people that way. You could go to, like on Facebook, you could go to one of your kids' clothing places. Those are going to be moms just like you, and connect with people there. I look at that kids clothing boutique. I go to their last post and I look at who has commented on that last post, and I friend those people. Those are active users. So those are people who are already active, and I want to make sure that I can connect with them. So it's called the CLAM method. And it's where I comment on a post, I like the post, and then I add that person as a friend, and then I message them. And I'll just say something very simple like, hey, Mary, I saw your post in the quilting group. I loved your quilt. How long did it take you to make? So I'm starting conversations. I have found that if I just friend request them, I don't get a lot of interaction. But if I send them a message and say, how I found them, and ask them a question, they will almost always accept my friend request, and we could start a conversation in Messenger. Now, I had mentioned that I do this for about 20 minutes a day. Now, you could be as fast or as slow as this as you want, but think about your consistency. I have some friends who are building their business online, and they are adding 60 to 100 people a day. I mean, that's huge, expanding your network. Now, that's not sustainable for me. Probably isn't for you either. So find your rhythm and what is sustainable to you. So you're going to make more friends by being interested in them than being interesting, right? You're going to be making more friends by being interested than being interesting. Okay, let's say, oh, hi, Angie. Glad you're on here. I hope I'm not cutting out too much. I think the snow is starting to slow down. So That's a good thing. Okay, so let's talk about 6 ways to start conversations. Right? This business is all about having those conversations. It's our job to find out about other people, find out about their family, how they spend their time. Take nothing with you into the conversation about Avon. I just want you to take your heart and listen. And people are going to share their life, their struggles, and that's going to give you the opportunity to see if what we offer is a good fit for them. So 6 ways to start conversations. No intention of mentioning Avon. Conversations are kind of like dating. You don't want to start out a conversation by asking people to marry you. So keep it light and fun, like on a first date. So I actually love sending happy birthday messages. So, Facebook gives us a list of people whose birthday it is. I do not write on somebody's wall, happy birthday. I send them a direct message. So it's one-on-one because sales happen in the messenger, and I'll wish them a happy birthday. But another thing that I do is I actually don't do it on their actual birthday. I do it the day after, because on their birthday, they're going to be busy. They're going to want to talk. They're doing their own thing, right? So I send it to them the day after, and it's amazing at how conversation can go just by wishing them a happy belated birthday. I also always ask them, did you do anything fun on your birthday? Or, what did you do for your birthday, just to get conversations going. Another way to start conversations is when you create a post, send them a message to the people who like it. And you could say, thanks so much for your comment on my post. It means the world to me. How are things going with you? A number 3 way to start conversation is people who watch your stories. I like to do a quiz or a poll. And like, for example, one of my recent quizzes or polls that I did on my stories is, have you ever made overnight oats? And I'll say yes or no. And then whoever responds, I'm going to message them and I'm going to say, what did you think of overnight oats? Do you have a favorite way of making them? And just get conversation going. Number 4 is when somebody posts and you see it, you're intentionally scrolling on social media, you can just message them and say, hey, I just saw your post about having your grandkids over for the week. How fun. I'm spending my weekend with my nephews in a couple of weeks. I'm spending a weekend with my nephews in a couple of weeks and looking for something fun to do. Any thoughts? You could also go through your whole Facebook friends list, which, by the way, you could print out your Facebook friends list, and I'd be happy to share with you exactly how to do that. But you just simply message them and say, hi, I was going through my Facebook friends list and I noticed we haven't talked much or haven't connected in a while. Just wanted to say hi and see how life is treating you these days. You can just make it easy. Just dropped in to say hi. I noticed we haven't talked in a while. How are you? And then number 6 is when you get a new friend or a new follower, message them and just say, hey, thanks for the connection here on Facebook or on Instagram. I look forward to getting to know you. How did you find me? And I always ask, are you in the beauty business too? Because that gives me just the easy open to ask, if they say no, and I'll say, oh, have you ever thought about joining a beauty business or making money online? That's my personal preference. I also like to send these as voice messages. So, on Facebook, you can send voice messages. That has a huge conversion rate for me because people like to hear how excited you are and they get to know you and like you more because they could hear your voice. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is videos. Anything you guys want to talk about or touch on before we move on to videos? Hi, Jane. Good to see you on here. All right. So we're going to talk about YouTube videos and live videos. Now, if you are serious about doing this business online, I really believe that you need to get comfortable doing videos. Video content is huge, and it is the #1 converter of sales. It also helps give your brand a personal touch, so you should be incorporating it into your social media strategy. 4 times as many consumers would prefer to watch a video about a product than read about it. That's huge. 4 times as many consumers would prefer to watch a video about a product than read about it. Videos create double the engagement as photos. Videos are shared more often than any other content. And what's great about doing videos is that you can add it to a blog. You could add it to other social media platforms. You could add it to emails that you're sending out to your customers. Now, one of my friends, Jenny Ringhand, she actually has built her business. She sells at Honor Society, which is over $20,000 a year. And she built her business by hosting live Shop with Jenny videos, their events. And she consistently sells $200 in an hour. So just by doing a live Shop with Jenny, I think she was doing it every Saturday morning. And she would sell $200 for 1 hour being on there. Totally worth it. My friend Jennifer Woolsey, she does every morning a get ready with me video, and that has resulted in sales for her as well. So one thing about videos is schedule them and do them consistently. So the same day every week or every month, promote when you're going to be going live or when a new video is released. Now, my first video was a 4-minute video, and it took me 8 hours to create. 8 hours for a 4-minute video. When my husband left for work in the morning, I started working on my video. And when he came home 8 hours later, I was still working on that same video. So if you watch my first Avon video, which please don't, but you can, you will see at the beginning of the video, the lights are out, like the curtains were open, and you could see the sun shining in. And then at the end of the video, you could see that the curtains were closed. It was evening out, and there may or may not have been a glass of wine involved. So now don't judge me, but I promise you that as you continue to make videos, it becomes easier and easier. And I know I got better and better. So don't expect perfection, because then you're setting yourself up for failure. Ask yourself, what would I consider successful when making a video? And to me, it was just to get my point across about one product. And a success was even the fact that I attempted to make a video. So the most important thing about creating videos is just to be consistent. So what does that mean? What can you create consistently? If it's a video every campaign or every week, decide what you want to be, as your consistency, and do it. Oh, Jessica says, I found me years ago from YouTube. Yes, YouTube videos have been the best way for me to grow my business. I know that me putting out a lot of videos and content, someone somewhere will eventually get my video in front of them. So my videos will get in front of the right people who want to buy from me or join the team, like you, Jessica. As you're starting, you likely aren't going to get a lot of results in your first couple of months. So the great thing is that if you start making videos right now, when people aren't watching, that by the time people actually start paying attention, you're already going to be better at making videos. You've already gone through all of the messy stuff. In order to be great at making videos, first you're bad, then you're good, and then you're good before you're great. So, think about it. You have to suck at first, and then they're going to be bad, and then they're going to be okay, and they're going to be good, and they're going to be great. Rose says, I started to do videos for YouTube. I make all different kinds of videos. Yay, that's fabulous news. So I have a few video tips for you if you are really nervous and shy about doing videos. First, what has worked for me is I actually put up a picture of my best friend and I pretended just like I was talking directly to her. Another thing that I have done is after you get off of a Zoom, when you're already like looking at the camera or talking to the camera, record your video after that so that, you know, you're already used to, you know, being on camera. Another thing is if you are really nervous, practice, 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 record 5 videos and don't send them to anyone. Don't upload them to anyone, you know, anywhere. Just record those 5 videos to get more comfortable. And then after those 5, record 5 more and send it to 2 or 3 people and get their opinion. Then when you go to record again, you're going to realize it's not as hard as you thought. So I started by creating an outline for my videos and I write it down or I type it out. And then I'll make a few bullet points that I want to make sure that I share in my videos. I have written out like the whole videos before just to get my thoughts, you know, processing and have a better idea of exactly what I want to say. But I don't really like read from my outline or my draft, but I do keep it close by when I'm recording. I also have like made a little sticky note with points, my bullet points, and I put it right under the camera, and then I can glance at it and kind of keep track of what I'm sharing. And what do you need to record videos? You need you. You don't even need full-size product. Sometimes I will even just share the samples that I have. I'll share those, or I'll just share like photos of the brochure. So some video ideas that you can do is get ready with me. You could share your morning skincare routine, your evening skincare routine, top picks for the campaign. You can do an unboxing video when your order arrives. I like to not think of, you know, sharing like, oh, look at this product, it's awesome. I think about how can I use this product to, you know, educate people. So I'll do like 3 steps to getting ready in the morning, or 3 steps to get out the door in 10 minutes. So show your customers how you use a new product, or I just think that when people see something being used, they can better picture themselves using it. And remember, this helps create trust, not only for you, but also for the product. You can do a video of trying the newest makeup product on yourself. You can do, you know, how to wear a piece of clothing 3 ways, or how to create a makeup look. Angie says, I've learned shorter videos are better for me. Is there research that shows how long are the most effective videos? You know, I think it actually depends on your audience, and most of like my YouTube videos, they do not get more than like 3, 4, 5 minutes max. I do think that the shorter videos are better. We are going to talk about short form videos in just a second, which I think that might help give you some ideas too. Rose says, I do reels. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Okay, so when you are doing your videos, teach, educate. If you don't know much about it, that's okay. Just keep doing it. You will figure it out. Okay, so I did want to share with you some of the best practices for doing live videos in your Avon business. So where I live here in Oregon, we have Facebook's largest data center in the world. So like the data center is like the cloud. So when you post photos and videos on Facebook, it gets stored in Facebook's data centers. And because Facebook is such a big business here in my small town, they do like little info sessions sometimes about boosting your small business on Facebook and Instagram. And so I just went to one recently and I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I learned. So first, a couple of stats on videos. 100 million hours of video is watched every day on Facebook. Wow, 100 million hours of video watched every day on Facebook. Another interesting fact is that people spend 3 times longer watching live videos versus recorded videos. So Angie, that's something to know. People will watch live videos longer than recorded videos. So the first best practice for doing live videos is to announce before you go live. So let people know when to expect you to do a video, or you can create your live videos as like recurring events. So remember I mentioned my friend Jenny, who did her live shop with Jenny. She did it, I think it was every Saturday. So that's a recurring event. When you schedule or announce a planned live video, it makes it easier to build anticipation and buzz with your audience before your broadcast begins. So you could start strong with an audience already assembled, ready to go. Best practice number 2 is to stay live for at least 10 minutes. So I was super surprised to hear this. I assumed shorter videos would be better, but for live, this length of time allows your viewers to join even, if they aren't joining right away. It gives you time, it gives them time to discover you and even invite their friends to watch you live on video as well. Did you know that you could actually go live for up to 4 hours? Isn't that crazy? I don't think I could do a live 4-minute video, but and this leads me to my last and final best practice, which is to be engaging as you can. So say hello when people join, say hello by their name, respond to their comments. Your audience will be thrilled to hear you mention their name and answer the questions when you are live, which makes it more likely they will join and engage in your next live video. Okay, so that's about live videos. Next, we're going to be talking about stories. Woo, it's already almost 6 o'clock. I told you guys that we're going to go probably for 90 minutes tonight because there's a lot happening tonight. So stories are 15-second snapshots of pictures and videos, and it gives you instant relatability. It's kind of like a backstage pass. It gets people to engage more closely and personally with you. And I find that I have the best engagement when I am sharing on stories. You also get to see who's watching your stories, and those are your people. So that's a great warm market. Those are your customers, even if they haven't ordered yet. So for example, I give books out and text all of my customers every campaign. So even if they're a new customer and they don't typically order right away, well, I still keep providing my Avon customer service to them by giving them a new book or the new digital brochure link, promoting my favorite product and following up. And when I do that, they will become my customer. So same with the viewers on my stories. They already know what I'm doing. Most of the time, they're too shy to come right out and ask for a book or say that they want to join my team. But when I reach out to them, they are excited, and it's just another touch on my engagement. Remember, the fortune is always in the follow-up and watering that seed. In stories, I have sold the most products when I share about them in my stories, more than any other way of sharing products. Because I share like a very honest and authentic view of the product that I really use and that I really love. So that is what sells more than any other way for me. So think about documenting your day. So, what does your morning look like? Sharing behind the scenes. Let customers and followers into your world. Doing like an unboxing of your orders on your stories is really popular. And, it's always exciting to get a new shipment of your products in. You could also show you packing up your orders, getting ready for delivery. Speaking of unboxing, have you seen on YouTube, there's like kids who do like unboxing videos and they have millions of followers and they're like making all the money. It's pretty incredible. So there's a lot of opportunity for you doing like unboxing stuff. You could do opening a new product package that you got. I said packing your order, testing out different products, doing like swatches on your arms. Sharing your 5 pillars in your stories is something that goes a really long way. I remember I said, make everything a big deal. So when you're in your stories, be excited about everything that happens. You have to hype it all up. Now, you don't have to have an exciting life, but you need to be excited about your life. And just because you think I have nothing to share, I'm boring. Just because you think it doesn't mean that it's true, because you are not boring. You lead an interesting life. Okay, now let's talk about short form videos like Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. I heard this just recently, and I thought this was so interesting. Did you know that last year, TikTok got more traffic than Google? Isn't that interesting? TikTok got more traffic than Google. What is great about these short form videos, so these are videos that are less than a minute long, all you need is one video to be a total game changer. So have fun just making videos. Now, you likely aren't going to go viral with your videos, but you could get 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views. You'll just get in front of more people, which means leads, which can turn into conversations, which turn into sales, right? So I heard this from a network marketing leader. His name is Ray Higdon. He says about TikTok, he says, if you went to a casino and you are walking by a craps table and they say, you know, hey, you come over here. I tell you what, we're going to let you roll for free as many times as you want, not have to pay anything, but we will pay you if you hit the right numbers. If that was the game, how many times would you roll? Do you think you would like sit there and just roll forever? You'd, you know, get coffee, you'd get espresso, you would never stop. Well, that's the thing about short videos, is that you could create, you know, short videos over and over and over until, you know, as many times as you want, roll that dice as many times as you want until you win, because you will win. What is great about creating short form videos. So let's say you create a reel on Instagram. You can then upload it to TikTok. You could upload it to Facebook Reels. You could upload it to YouTube Shorts. So you could create one piece of content and then you're able to use it on several different platforms. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Angie says, I'm not doing TikTok because of China. Totally okay. That's you. But you could still create Reels on Instagram and then upload that to Facebook and even put that as a YouTube short. So you could still hit those other platforms if you wanted to do that. I love that idea. I do not do TikTok as well. I would like to do more reels. So hopefully I will. That's part of my consistency plan. So, okay, let me keep reading here. Make sure when you are doing reels, you want the first 3 seconds to really be a hook, because you want people to stop scrolling. You want them to be like, oh, I need to know that, or, you know, oh gosh, I need to hear this. So there's a couple of ideas of things that you could share as your hook on reels to really get people to stop. So you could do things like, you know, your first line, say, here's 5 beauty products that you need for summer, or I'm going to teach you how to something, or you say, hey, to all the women who have bags under their eyes, I have the product for you, right? So that will get people to stop the scroll and want to hear what you have to say. One thing for doing Reels or TikToks to get ideas of what to do is spend time like watching other people's videos and saving them. So spend, you know, 30 minutes a day or a week and save those videos. And then you could go back and just recreate them and make them yourself. You don't have to come up with your own ideas. You could copy what other people are doing. That is exactly how the short form videos work. Angie says, I love YouTube. I love YouTube too. Yep, that's great. Okay, so any questions about short form videos or live videos before we move on to Pinterest? We have Pinterest, blogging, and then a little bit of homework for you guys. Okay, let's see here. So Pinterest. There was an Avon representative. Her name is Crystal Sperlin, and she had built her whole business by creating pins on Pinterest. She got so many new orders. I believe she sold at Honor Society, so $20,000 a year. And I believe she was a gold ambassador, which is her team was selling over $4,000 a campaign, and she did that all with Pinterest. So what's great about Pinterest is that 90% of the viewers on Pinterest are women. So that's really our target market. So I'm going to show you a little bit of Crystal's Pinterest. Now, mind you, she's no longer selling Avon. So the success that she had on Pinterest, it's still paying off for her because she is still getting over 11,000 monthly views, and she's not an active rep anymore. And since she is not doing this on Pinterest, nobody's doing this on Pinterest. So there is a huge, huge market for some reps to do this on Pinterest. So once this loads, I'm going to share with you some of her things because she has some really cool stuff on here. So she created all these pins herself. So she did things like best hydrating skincare for winter, or what to do for dry skin, best products for dry skin, how to wear your lip liner the correct way. She also did a lot of like jewelry, 9 ways to sparkle. And, you know, some of these are like the same titles, but they're different photos. She directed people to her blog that she had, which was crystalsbeautyblog.com. But you don't have to have a blog. You can create these and have the links go directly to the product. You know, we could share directly to the product. You know, you could do sparkle this holiday season. She did things like, is selling Avon worth it? You know, shop Avon online. Black Friday sale. She's done some incredible things. She shares a lot about her story. Like, so down here it says, you know, she shares our skin so soft. And, oh, what's happening? She shares our skin so soft, and she says, you know, click here to shop. She shares the sweepstakes. She creates a pin about the sweepstakes that Avon updates every month. There's some amazing things. She does best Avon skincare for women over 30. How to find the best lipstick for you. She's done some awesome things about our CBD facial oil. So these are just some ideas for you. She also has some different boards. Let's see if I can share that. Once it loads, these are some of her different boards that she's done. Like this one's all about Avon watches, Avon necklaces, best makeup lipsticks. I'm going to share with you her page. I'm going to put it here on Facebook so you guys can check out some of her stuff and get some ideas of what she does and see if Pinterest is something that you want to do. I would love to start doing some Pinterest things because I think that there's a huge opportunity for it. So she also created a video about how to grow your Pinterest views. And I'll share that here on Facebook as well. And then I'll share it in the replay when we're done too. It's like an 11-minute video, but she shares exactly what she has done. So super great info about Pinterest. I know several of our team members who would do extremely well because they're very creative and do some great graphics. So great opportunity there. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is blogging. So blogging is actually how I really started along with YouTube. And a blog is a website that focuses mainly on written content, so blog posts. You can share about any kind of topic. You know, you share it like diary style. You can share your personal perspective or your experiences. And then you use that to direct people to our online store. I really like to share my story and my journey with Avon. If you are doing a blog, I recommend updating it at least once a week, doing a blog post at least once a week. One of our team members, Carrie, she has been selling Avon for several years now. She was actually one of our first team members. And so that was about, I think she's been selling for 8 years now. But when she was in the business, it took her, after starting her blog, it took about a year actually to really start gaining traction with her blog. But her second year in doing it, she sold over $28,000 just from her blog, and she had 7 team members just from her blog. She had shared a, see if I can share this with you. She had shared some tips with us. This was from several years ago. So some of this might be a little outdated, but it still is good information. And I'll share this with you when I share the replay. So this is her blogging tips and tricks. So just some things that you might find interesting, might help you if you are interested in doing a blog. She says, she does a lot of like how-tos about blog, or how-tos like solving problems. So how to help with puffy eyes, how to eliminate cellulite or stretch marks, how to help with dry skin. We have products that address all of these specific things. So you could write about these and link to the products. What else does she say? You could do individual product reviews. You can do comparisons. So comparing our products to like Neutrogena or, other like mascaras. So I'll share this with you once on the replay, because I think that this might be helpful to you. But there's also a couple other reps that I wanted to share their blog with you, because I thought it would be good for you. So I'll share Carrie's. Carrie is yourmakeupcatalogonline.com. My blog is makeupmavenjessica.com. My friend Diane Hernandez, this actually might be very helpful to you. Let me share the screen here. She has a blog, and it is called onlinebeautybosses.com. And she talks a lot about growing your Avon online business through your online store. So this might be something really good for you to check out as well. That's onlinebeautybosses.com. And then my friend Lynn, let's see if I could find this. My friend Lynn, she has onlinebeautybiz.com. And she has a great blog. She's the one that has the social media calendar as well. So I'll share that with you. And I think that is it for the blogs. So speaking of all of these things that we talked about tonight, do not expect to master these things overnight. Even in the next couple of months, these things are going to evolve and change over time, just like you do. But I encourage you to really think about starting some of them. Don't be overwhelmed, because there's so many of them. What I'm going to share next week on week 4 is like a daily method of operations. So it's my daily list of things that I do to grow my business traditionally, locally and online, and how I'm able to put all of those actions and those tasks into 1 hour a day. So when I did that, when I would work my business 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, I was able to grow my business to President's Club, $10,000 in a year, and to Gold Ambassador by just doing these vital behaviors. So I'll be sharing that with you next week. And, when I did that for 2 years, the next year, Avon invited me to share my story on stage at convention in front of 5,000 representatives. We were in Nashville. I I got to share my story about how working my business 1 hour a day, I called it my power hour, how that really transformed my business. So I'm going to share that with you because I know it may feel like all of these pieces, like how am I going to put all these together? So keep that in mind. We'll share that next week. But hang in there because I know you will get the hang of it and you're going to have a lot of fun doing it as well. This business is not hard, but it is uncomfortable. Doing these actions, doing videos, being vulnerable and sharing yourself online, it can be very uncomfortable, but you can do it messy, and I promise it gets easier. I have really realized that people are going to judge me and judge you whether we are going after our big dreams or not. So I'm going to go after my big dreams, and I hope that you do as well. Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to share is some people and tools that I have used to learn and grow my business online. So the first is I have learned a lot from this guy. His name is Fraser Brooks, Frazer, Fraser Brooks, Brooks. And I also have learned a lot from Brock Johnson. He talks a lot about Instagram doing reels. In fact, there is a 30-day reel challenge. I will send this out to you. So this is a reel challenge. This is actually so many different, there's 33 different pages about creating reels. And then he gives you like content. So day 1, make this reel, and he will share exactly what to say. If there's any like music or noises, how to put it on there. So I'll send this to you. This is 30 days of reels. And let's see if I have the next one on here. And then the next one is 50 Instagram story ideas. So hopefully this will be helpful to you as well. And I will send that out as well. I also have learned a lot from the podcast Social Media Examiner. They've been one of my favorite podcasts to refer to over the years. So that's something to listen to if you want to. Okay, so you guys ready for your homework? So the homework is to actually do a Grateful 8 challenge. So this Grateful 8 challenge is to every day for the next 8 days, share something that you are grateful for. You can create it as a post. You can do 8 days worth of stories, 8 days worth of videos sharing what you are grateful for. And this will help you get more comfortable being on camera, get more comfortable creating content every day. So are you guys up for this challenge? I'm going to be doing it with you. So you will be able to see in my stories and my posts and doing videos every day. I'm going to create one kind of content sharing something that I am grateful for. So this is the Grateful 8 challenge. Are you guys up for it? I hope so. I hope so. All right, so we are at, well, 1 hour and 20 minutes. That just seems to be what we keep ending up at, about 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I am all about you guys sharing what is helpful, what isn't, because, we want to, this is the first round of doing this mentorship. So the next round is going to be in April. So any constructive criticism that you have, anything that you would like me to share, change, edit, I'm all ears, because I want this to be the best thing for our team and for all of our new team as they come in. So yay, Angie's going to do the Grateful 8 challenge. Yay, I'm so excited. Jessica says, where did you buy your business cards? I bought them off of Vistaprint. Brandy on our team had shared that she just got business cards from Zazzle. So that might be something for you to check out as well. So All right, guys, I hope this has been helpful. I will email out all of this stuff tomorrow morning. First thing, that's the first thing on my list. So that's it. Okay, I hope you guys are having a good night. Thank you for coming tonight, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.